You may not see them day to day, but drinks cans are covered in a number of different codes and marks that don't mean much to you and I, but do to someone. Having collected over 800 energy drink cans, I've looked at them in some detail, and I'm going to show you some of these codes and try and explain a little bit what they're about. Now, not every can has all of these marks, so I have a range of cans here to show you different marks on different cans. I'm going to start with one of the easiest to work out, which is the manufacturer's mark. So, in this case, this is manufactured by Ball, which is an American company founded in 1880. A lot of cans in the collection are manufactured by Ball. This logo is not always quite as easy to see as this. In some more complex designs, like the Monster Ultra designs, it can be a little harder to find, but it's there, and it is usually next to this little silver panel, which I believe contains a lot number for the can, but I'm not 100% sure on this. These ones that are numbers, it is really hard to find out any detailed information about these unless you can find an employee of the company who can tell you what they are. Other numbers that appear on cans are, there's usually one near the barcode, which is related to the printed design of the can. There's usually some information printed on the bottom, which is lot numbers and best befores of the contents of the can. There is also, behind this lot number, if I shine this light on it, can you see there is an embossed code, 2-digit code there, just behind this printed information. It could be an E and a C, or it could be a 3. It's quite hard to see. That is another lot code that is used by the factory to tell them some information about the can. And then finally on the top, there will usually be another code inside underneath the ring pull, which is a lot code for the lid, because the lid may be then manufactured by another company, and they are pushed on and crimped on after the can has been filled. Another manufacturer is the Adar Group, which used to have this logo on their cans. They are currently a Luxembourg-based company founded in 1932 in Dublin. They produce an awful lot of cans, but don't always use this same label. On some of the newer cans, they use this AMP logo, which stands for Adar Metal Packaging, whereas this one stands for Adar Group. These manufacturers don't necessarily have exclusive relationships with any drink manufacturer, and a drink manufacturer is not necessarily exclusive to any can producer. So here I have the one we saw earlier, the Monster Ultra Red can produced by Ball. And here I have another one pretty much the same, but this is a Monster Ultra Red produced by Adar. So two pretty much identical cans, just produced by two different manufacturers. Whether these have come from different locations, different batches, different times, there's no way for us to know. A slightly newer player in the game is Canpak, here producing cans for Monster. This is a Polish can production company founded in 1992. I've got a few less of these because they are a newer company, but they do quite a lot of cans with various producers. One of the other big manufacturers is Crown. They're an American company that was founded in 1892. They started out by producing Crown corks, so the metal corks that went on bottles of beer, or in this case Mountain Dew. And from that they've then expanded into other packaging, in this case doing aluminium can packaging with their little Crown logo on it. Moving into some slightly different companies, they're a little smaller. This one took me such a long time to find out the information of. This turned out in the end to be a company called Bagpak. They are a Polish company founded in 2008, and they are a sister company of a drinks production company as well. So they do both sides of the production, and this is on a can of Warrior. Continuing looking at drinks packaging companies that are also owned by the drinks company themselves, here this Q is Quality Pack. They say they were built as a founder member of the Hell Group company, which is what this can is, in spring of 2017. Same on this iced coffee. This Hell iced coffee is Quality Pack as well, but Hell haven't always been using Quality Pack for their production. Before 2017, I think Hell still existed, and this can is actually produced by Rexam. Rexam were a British company that produced cans. They were founded in 1881, but in 2016 they were bought out by Ball for a huge sum of money, so you won't find any modern cans with Rexam on them, and I don't have an awful lot of these in the collection. Two more small ones to go. So this is a tiny little can of Carabao made in Thailand, and this one, rather than having a logo, has just a little tiny bit of text at the bottom here. This one says ACM, stands for Asia Can Manufacturing. Was started up in 2018 and seems to be at least partially owned by Carabao themselves. So again, another two companies working in partnership with the drinks and the cans. These ones are much less interesting because they don't have a logo, they just have a little bit of text. And last one is one I hadn't heard of until I got one can that is produced by them. Can you see just down the bottom there it says kjcf.net. It turns out to be the Kianju Can Factory, founded in Malaysia in 1956. I think I only have one can from them in the collection, but I haven't finished actually logging on my catalogue all the information from all my cans, so I may come up with a few more of these ones. This is shark sugar free. And lastly, just to get you all annoyed, there are some things I have in my collection that aren't cans. This one is a pack here, obviously made by Tetra Pak, who specialise in making these paper and foil type cartons to store usually juice or dairy products in here in the UK. I don't know what they store in them in other countries, but not really a can, but I figured I'd just include it anyway. So I hope you enjoyed that quick look at some of the hidden codes on your energy drink cans that you handle every day but have probably never seen. If you'd like to find out more about my energy drink can collection, please do consider subscribing. You can find a Q&A video here where a lot of people ask me questions about cans in my collection. Or if you'd like to see some of the other things in my collection that aren't quite cans, you can have a look at that video here.